Coach, I'm sure there's several things that stick out to you about Georgia, but just in particular their backcourt and the way their guards have been able to score this year so far.
Yeah, they're off to a great start. Coach White and his staff have done a tremendous job playing above, national expectations. I'm sure not above their own expectations, but they're just so solid in every way. If you look at them from a coach's lens in terms of efficiency across the board, there's just not a lot of areas that they don't play well. They're very similar efficiency-wise, offense and defense, and another good offensive rebounding team. And coaches talk about this a lot. They know who they are. They know where the ball needs to go and whose hands the ball needs to be in most of the time. And like you mentioned, out front with Taylor and Quindo, I hope I didn't butcher his name, are very good players. Both having excellent years, and they can score the ball in a variety of ways.
Jackson, why don't we go ahead and get the microphone over to Danny P. We'll go ahead and do that. Yep.
Well, Coach, I know Saturday was a big emotional win for your guys. Do you think this is something that could springboard into a little run? I know there's no crystal ball involved in any of this, but just talk about how I know you haven't seen the guys yet probably since Saturday, but just talk about what you think it might do.
You would think so. Got a big week, 2 games in a row on the road against 2 very good programs. You never know, but I would think that it would galvanize them and give them confidence that we can beat good teams in this league. Now we've got to prove it away from home, which is obviously much harder to do. But I think the way we played on Saturday, it's something we're going to obviously continue to talk about, but they played for the most part the way we feel this particular team has to play, with second and third opportunities on the glass, playing inside out, being stingy on defense, but still taking care of the basketball and making sure we get a shot attempt so we can actually rebound the ball. You can't rebound turnovers, and we've got to be particular with our shot selection, because the coaches will tell you bad shots are sometimes, like turnovers, are really hard to defend, and we just don't have a lot of margin for error, if you will. And it's something that we've been talking about for months with our guys. So I just would imagine that they'll have some bounce in their step today. They'll be reinvigorated and hopefully playing with a lot of confidence going into this road week.
Kind of along those lines, I'm sure you wish you could bottle up that 16-3 run that with the things you saw Reed make a corner 3, Shaq made a big 3, guys were playing defense, getting rebounds, putting it back. I don't want to say is it frustrating, but that's the type of play you saw against Marquette in Utah. Guys stepping up and scoring with your defense pretty much being there the whole time. Is there any rhyme or reason, or is it just a matter of simply making shots to make everything else flow?
Yeah, we didn't structurally do anything different during that run. It's not like all of a sudden we came up with a certain scheme or a style of play and then we went away from it. It's just guys made shots, and it still was our defense was still the impetus for that run, because we were getting our hands on the ball, we were forcing turnovers, got us out in transition, and and let's be real, the crowd had it was a big difference maker. You could feel the energy, the guys could feel it. They had a little extra bounce in their step. The vibe was off the charts, and it was a big reason why we were able to overcome the deficit that we had managed to find ourselves in.
Coach, against a good front court that Georgia has, how do you guys try to limit offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities for them?
Yeah, they're great at it. I watched the Auburn game, and that was, I'm not saying their best offense, but certainly a big percentage of how they scored against Auburn was just the putbacks, the direct putbacks, or even just, securing the offensive rebound and deflating the defense and making them guard again back to back. They're really good at it. We pride ourselves on it as well. And defensively, if I had to say the one area that we're most disappointed with would be defensive rebounding. It just befuddles the heck out of me and my staff. It's something that we've preached since we've arrived, and I've done a poor job of conditioning them mentally and physically to be able to do what it is required to be a good defensive rebounding team. And it's something that, you know, we're going to continue to try to figure out a method to get everyone on the same page, because if we don't, it'll continue to haunt us, and it'll, you know, we won't win the game on Wednesday if we allow Georgia to have a bunch of offensive rebounds.